Welcome to my channel, or back to it. Um, Today I think I'm still Yuki. From far as I can tell, sometimes it takes a while to actually know, but anyways, it's not too private. I just thought, I'll share some after therapy notes that I just took between yesterday and today, and some people might relate, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it'll be helpful to share. It's not too private. It's just things I wrote. So I'm gonna actually just read them. Um, After therapy, I started. It's difficult to use the positive. Oh, that's what she wanted me to do. We use the positives of other personas to combat the negative of another one that you are. She started calling them masks because I did before, but I mainly call it refer to mine as personas. Same thing as facets. Um, because they don't always blend. So yeah, it's difficult to do that because they don't always blend. Just because I told her about a circumstance like last week that they did, like occasionally it might happen, rare and occasionally, it might help me like stop a misunderstanding or argument or something with my husband, or even then it just stop. I just stop it. I don't know. And how am I supposed to explain to her like why it ended up ending better than it normally does? I don't know. I mean, that's the problem with therapy sometimes. I don't want to say I don't know a lot of the time, but that's the case. All personas of mine usually I don't have a. So yeah, it's rare an occasion when I do, and I literally become each, and I embody that one when my brain decides to do it. I guess maybe it is slightly less voluntary than I thought. I guess that's how I presented it. Like it was more of a voluntary thing that I just put on a mask, like, here you go. But I don't know. I feel like aura developed because it hurt and drained chest or my, the body, the whole body, to be an empath all the time. I think I got into this somewhat on the last video, but I'm just going to read everything from after therapy to, when I ended it today. Um, That absorbing of emotions from others cannot be controlled. It will happen almost automatically. So to prevent it from happening all the time, or decided to handle it more. To be as in to come into being. Her opposite Yuki came to handle the opposite, less empathetic personality and the negative attitude and outlook on life. Example, a type of phrases like nothing good ever works out and stuff, cynical attitudes. Sora might be around to handle the brain and body's hyperness and happiness when it does happen. Indigo's for when the brain and body needs to rest, when it's in shutdown and burnout. It cannot always control this from happening. Burnout, stress, anxiety, and things like that feel harder on my brain and my body than like a neurotypical person, so that happens. Therapy felt a little more awkward between being Yuki, because I don't think she actually came, like, presented this facet of myself ever presented itself in therapy before. So it kind of felt awkward and harder to get answers out of us. So between being that and my therapist's camera not working, it's just like she probably needed to push that camera button at the bottom again. Their stupid video program. I mean, it wasn't Zoom or anything. It was like Doxy something. I don't know. It's on a website called Grow Therapy. So yeah, my eye again. I mean, I don't think it's the makeup. I didn't even get it. It's just foundation and concealer. So it'll be fine. Moving on. I'm also supposed to learn to trust myself somehow, because I second guess myself a lot of the time. I feel like I could be wrong about something more often than I'm right. Especially when it comes to like my bodily needs. And I think I really like interoception issues, which I think I actually have. I mean, I have ADHD, which it comes with that a lot. Also, undiagnosed autism because I have not been able to get one, and it costs money. And even if my Medicaid could cover it, a older friend of mine called up in the next biggest town from us, and they're not doing it. They're not doing it for adults, and I'd have to drive further, like an hour and a half or so away. And I don't know if they're doing it, but it's hard to get one. The state is Texas, so that's as far as I'm gonna, tell you about my location. But yeah. And so much research over the years, ever since like at least 2016. Um, is that 8 years? Almost. The end of the year ish. So yeah, I mean it makes sense. As far as much as I can, it matches my experiences and my feelings and everything, especially masking and stuff. So that interoception issues come with that as well. So yeah, that doesn't help, meeting my bodily needs and stuff as much. So we also talked about reframing my thinking of my brain refusing to go out of the apartment as a positive thing instead as my body needing rest. And I'm like, but I don't know if I'm right. It could be an executive function issue. It could just be being stubborn, like I just don't want to do it, or I don't know. I mean, I did, even though I did go out a couple of times. I remember like Thursday, I went to the library. I sit up there sometimes to read. But Thursday I went up to the library, and um, Friday I went to Dollar Tree. I didn't go to Walmart. I didn't feel like it because I think my foot was hurting that day too. But yeah, even besides that, it's just like uh, dread. It's like a dread. I just like it's hard. It's still harder and harder to want to leave. So like yeah, but how do I know like my body is actually needing rest? What if I'm wrong when everything? What if it actually is just I should just do it? Like what if it's like yeah, I know I shouldn't dwell on what if a lot, but and she also did say that it takes time and patience to learn to trust yourself, and it's so hard after decades. I know it's so hard. I mean, she even all acknowledges that it's so hard after decades of not doing that and not doing that. Yeah, and yeah, and I just like me being Yuki is really skeptical and cynical and grumpy right now over it. So we'll see how this goes. We'll try to work on things. I mean, we do write it down in therapy notes. It's a little more disorganized. Actual therapy notes. Um, we'll try to fold it over. It's this page, and it's really like not as neat of handwriting. You probably can't really see that, but here's an example. This was written more recently afterwards, and that was a little bit neater. I'm not gonna show you too much, but yeah. So that was my after therapy notes. I don't know if anybody just finds it helpful or not, or solidarity or whatever. But yeah, I thought I'd share. I'm gonna end it here. Um, goodbye. Please, see you later. Please subscribe. Please, share and so I can. I mean, I don't want to sound selfish, but well, YouTuber doesn't want more subscribers, right? Yeah, I know that sounded weird, but anyway, bye.